Educated fools from uneducated schools now. They keep changing up the rules. Like ignorance is cool, y'all. Cause if
Gandhi is literally that, bro. Like what I created Gandhi to be as a product is it's not just beneficial to me. You get what I'm saying? Like it's what those things that I'm saying, they're beneficial, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's
Absolutely.
not me like stroking my dick here. Like it's just come on, bro. Like most people don't think about this. Like I hear you, even though you were helping me, but I'm saying these are things that I believe that it's up to you, but I feel like no, you should reflect on it. Like even just you, like the notion of vibration. What the heck do you mean you're biracial?
Absolutely.
You're a Jamal. Like you know, I'd be like, look. So now, what is Jamal?
Okay, so here's my question.
Go ahead.
Society really does push the idea of race. It categorizes, it separates. I get that, but how do you explain this notion that race doesn't exist to a child? Simply.
My kids, right?
Yeah, exactly. How do you explain it to them?
I have children, y'all, and since they were born, I've taught them not to refer to people, approach people, linguistically at least speaking, right? With the language of race. So, let me give you all an example. At daycare, for example, by the time they start going to daycare, watch this, right? There's kids who are bright, so-called white. There are kids who are of Indian origin. You know, all kinds of different geographical and nationalities, right? Let me pick any of my kids because they all kind of went through the same daycare, and I've seen the same. I've observed the same pattern, okay, and which is normal. How was the day today? I don't know, Ezra. Like this is my firstborn, right? That's his name. You know, when they're first, okay, when they're new at the daycare, obviously they don't know the people that they're engaging or interacting with at the daycare, right? So names they're not too familiar with names. So yeah, the red guy, right? So myself and my wife will tell them, well, what do you mean the red guy? What's his name? Go ask him his name. You get what I'm saying? So this is like basic stuff, right? So, and watch this. My son says the red guy because when he looks, like this is an observer. Like, watch this, right? This is something that he observes and nature and reality. This guy's complexion actually does look red. He got reddish, okay, skin pigmentation. So he's right and exact in what he's seeing. However, what I'm trying is you get what I'm saying? What I'm doing with my son here at that stage, right, is trying to help him frame how he categorizes and identifies the other. So, no, not by his skin color. Let's start by his name. Okay, because the idea of name, anyway, at least in antiquity, okay, it wasn't just like, you know, people call their kids all kinds of, especially, look, I'm of Haitian background, right? So you'll see, like, if you're acquainted with Haitians, you'll see like they have, well, if you really think about it, Jean-Marie, Joseph.
Big family names, just
weird names.
Yeah, very weird. Yeah.
Dice, for example, Kodak Black.
Right.
His real name before he changed it was Dyson. But that's just the anglicized, okay, pronunciation of a word called Jason. Okay? And now, if I'm correct, his name, like Dyson, Jason. But you know what Jason is? It's two French words, okay? Or maybe a French and an English word. See how problematic it is? Like, Dieu is God, okay, in French. Jason. And then by virtue in Creole, which is derivative of French, right? At least in the Haitian context. This is another discussion. We should have that too in the future. Language. So God and son, which is another French word possibly, which means sounds, or son in English, which is son, like the male progeny of another, an adult male or female, right? So whoever and no disrespect, I'm just trying to show y'all in reality, right? So we just name people, like in Haitian culture, we do that in general, in most cultures.
Right.
You just name people. No, but not certain cultures, even in the modern time, and if you I said history. You know, if you go back in antiquity, as the records that we have, people didn't name their children just for the sake of naming them.
They had a meaning.
The name that they gave you represented something.
Right.
Something like even right now in certain African cultures, I have some friends who are from Zaire / the RDC, you know, the Republic of Congo, for example. Their names still have meaning. So the individual that carries the name is supposed to embody the idea the name represents. So back to, he's like, wow, you took me far here. We're still in the same. Your question was, look, trying to show you, I'm trying to give you real examples. When I tell you, look, when my son said, oh, the red boy was, why don't you ask him his name?
Yeah.
Because let's start by that. Let's not start identifying, or it's not that it's wrong. It's just, I don't want this to be the primary, point, of focus of my son with the other, right? First, let's start getting more intimate, right? And more accurate even, the name, okay? You get what I'm saying? So this is one way. When you say, well, how do you, this is one way. So as my kids grew, I explained to them what, and as broken down as I could, right? Explain to them what the notion of race is, where it came from, and tell them that no, we're not black. So in school, for example, right, as they grew, when they started doing Black history, for example, my kids, it's problematic because they're like weirdos, right? Because